how many passwords would you say you
Oh.
have between all your devices, the phone and the computer and paying online?
And then you write them down on on a sheet of paper. If somebody finds that, they've hit the mother lode,
I don't
right?
write mine down. Well, sometimes in my phone in the notes. Do you always remember them?
No.
Because I'm always having to change mine because I can't remember them.
There are some places, like at work, different workplaces, where you have to change them like every
they
night.
make-
Ugh, forget
That's
about
true.
it.
So what do you do? How do you protect them? How do you keep track of them? Regina's going to show us now.
Hi, I'm Regina with Geek and Pink Computer Repair, and today we're going to be talking about password protection. There are many things that you can do to secure your online accounts. One of the most important things that you can do these days is have your recovery phone number on file with any accounts that you have. This includes your email provider, online banking, any account that has the credentials that gives you the opportunity. By having your cell phone number on record with them, it allows them to send you a text message to verify that it's actually you when you're logging in. Over the years, I found that people are often hesitant to enter that information because they're afraid that that's where it's coming from, where people are calling their cell phones for solicitations and scam phone calls and things like that. But I've never seen a reputable company that's been the case, that they've gone on to use that for solicitations and such. So first step is to have your recovery phone number on file. The second step would be to turn on two-step verification when you have that opportunity available to you. And what this does is it lets the account send you either a text message or an email that says that hey, someone's trying to log into your account, the password's correct, but we want to be sure that it's you. Click here. While that can become an annoyance, most accounts are good about remembering what browser you're on, so you won't have to do it every time. But some accounts do have the opportunity to let you choose to have it do that every single time. So if you log into your email, then it will send you that verification every time that says someone's trying to log in, is it indeed you? So you do have some ability to make it more convenient versus more secure. Another opportunity that you have to secure your account is update your contact information. And this includes not only the recovery number, but perhaps the recovery email address. And while you're in there, you might find out that the account that you're dealing with, if it's an old email address, for example, if you used to live someplace else and you had your internet service through one company and then you've moved and you have your internet through some other company, then there won't be a way for you to recover that account should you become locked out unless you have those things on file. Because of course, if you've terminated the service with the first internet provider, they no longer have the billing address and all that. So you want to be sure in that case to have the recovery information on file, or of course go ahead and move over and start using the email address that comes with your new internet provider. Another tip on passwords is once the password has been compromised at all, even with one company, don't ever reuse that password again. So if you get an email from a major retailer that they've had a breach and they think that you may have been affected, don't wait for there to be trouble. Go ahead and change that email address. And if you've been using that password on any other accounts, then promptly go into those accounts and change the password to something else. And just know that it's never safe to use that password again, because what happens is once passwords are discovered, then they become part of a list that hackers try to use over and over again to compromise other accounts that you may have. Some tips for devising a good password is choose something that is easy to remember but hard to guess. So occasionally I'll see people that follow the advice of don't use the same password for every account, which is good advice, but it's only good if you can still get into the accounts. So just using a random string of characters often isn't very practical advice, because then you find that you're having to reset the password every time that you log into an account. What many people do that they find helpful is to have a core complex password. So whether it's the first initial of all of your children's middle name combined with some numbers and mixed in a capital letter, and use that for every account, but then modify it with the first letter of the website that you're using, for example. That way you have a core part that is easy for you to remember and that you've picked for some practical reason since it has a significance to you. But then it's customized further to work with the individual account. So if that password's compromised, it's not likely to be used to get into all your other accounts as well. When you do suspect that there has been some sort of breach of one of your accounts, then do go in and change your email address password first, because if your email address has been compromised and a person can get into that, they can then go through and look at your email to see where all you have accounts and start triggering password resets to come to that email address. Follow those, and then they change the password to something that you don't know. So once again, when you've suffered a breach and you feel like someone does have your password, the first account that you want to tackle is your email password, and then go into the other ones and change them. These are some tips on password protection and how you can keep yourself safe. I'm Regina with Boomer TV.